I was on my 13th mural, making great money, doing fine, but I was always having wrist pain.
Oh.
And I didn't know that the cartilage in my wrist was about to give out completely, which once that happens, you cannot replace it. It's not like the meniscus in your knee where you can replace it.
Yeah.
Once the wrist goes out, I've got no strength.
Yeah,
So this was a week before it completely snapped. I had just finished, thank goodness, my 13th mural. And I was driving, I don't even know where I was driving from, but I was in my city, driving up a hill on a little, kind of a not very well-traveled road. And I kind of glanced up to the left of me and I saw something appearing above the houses, very close above the houses. I don't know how close, but close enough that I could see details, you know, like you said, when they were 30 feet above. So this was above the trees. It was huge, probably about the size of a giant jet passenger plane, or maybe twice that size. And only the back end of it, or the front end, I don't know which one, appeared. And when I saw it, I kind of looked up and I go, what the heck? But I didn't say heck. I said, what the hell? Yeah. You might have to bleep that out. And I don't even usually use that word. You know, you have kids, you don't use that word. I mean, that's a naughty word, but I said it out loud. And as I'm looking up, I had accidentally swerved off the road and I almost hit the curb. So, and I'm looking at it. And the weird thing about it was that it didn't scare me. I was pure fascination and intrigue. Yes. Like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. And what the heck? And so when it started to go over the side of the hill, I think it's the way the land is made. So it was going out of view because of where I was going up a hill. So I actually stepped on it and strangely started speeding down or up the hill to catch up with it, to see what it was. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wasn't afraid. It's like, I wanted to see what that was. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to see this. I have to, you know. And by the time I had got to the top of the hill, it had either disappeared or gone out of view. I don't know what happened, but later, about 2 years later, because I made a MUFON report, and about two years later, I was looking at that map you have that MUFON is associated with, where they have the sightings on a map.
Yeah, a sort of.
And I zeroed in on it and saw somebody else had seen it from a nearby freeway. And they described the same type of UFO and said that it appeared and disappeared, okay. That's validation. And I remember I drew a picture of it.
Yay.
And it kind of looked like it had been traveling through space, old beat up kind of
really?
Material, like old metal, which is really weird, right? Oh. Like, why wasn't it real shiny and pretty?
Do you have it in front of you?
I drew a picture of it at the time. Let's see if you can.
Oh, wow.
Is that coming up okay?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, about the size of a giant airplane or airliner, or double that size. It's hard to say because only half of it was showing. I know that there was more that was supposed to be there.
Okay. It's not your typical like craft or even a plane. It's a bit different because, you know, normal wings are straight, but yours are a bit curved. So I've never seen that before. And then later, a few years later, I saw two smaller craft very similar to it that were flat black, size of the cars, shaped very similar. So I don't know what's going on. Okay.
I remember seeing those too, but